All right, beer review. High Tide Imbibe. We have something newish. Oh, the info on the can is different than the info I found on the internet. How about that? I should have looked at the can first, maybe. But this is from Schoolhouse Brewing, and this is their Martock IPA. Session IPA, it says, at 5.3% alcohol by volume. So that's kind of big for a session IPA, honestly. So Martock, if you're not aware, is a ski resort here in Nova Scotia, in Windsor, Nova Scotia, to be precise. And I think this was first brewed as like a small batch, like limited thing for ski Martock, like something that showed up there, kind of, for more than anything else. Now I think it's a seasonal in rotation, perhaps a winter seasonal, which session IPA is a winter seasonal. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I mean, Schoolhouse is in Windsor, and they had some sort of deal going with Ski Martock, and so there you go. Martock IPA, something about slopes. They say it's a West Coast IPA. See, that's the confusion. I've seen this listed as West Coast IPA. I've seen it listed as Session IPA. It says Session IPA on the can. It also says it's a West Coast style Session IPA, I guess. Says it goes good with pasta, fish, and cheese. There's little pictogram indicators there, and that will not focus because my camera is shit. So you just have to take my word for it that those blurry images are of a bowl of pasta, a fish, and a piece of cheese. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. Yeah, 5.3%. Water, malted barley, hops, yeast nutrient, Irish moss, and wheat. Contains barley and wheat. That is weird. Isn't Irish moss? That's like to clarify it or something, right? I gotta check this real quick. I'm sure I heard this. I'm sure I knew this at one point, and it's just one of those. Irish moss is a seaweed. Yes, to clear and filter and prevent chill haze in your beer. So this is kind of a tourist beer in a way. So a light drinking IPA, I guess, is kind of what they're going for here. Martock, that's for, it draws a lot of tourism every year. So don't want to give a dirty, hazy beer to the tourists and scare them away, I guess. Maybe that's the thought. We got Radar in here saying, are there any Irish tadpoles with that Irish moss? I don't know, man. I do not know. We'll see here. We're going to pour it and see if we see any tadpoles in this thing. So they have wheat in this. So, and I think their beers are generally not super filtered to begin with. So they got the Irish moss in there to clarify this a little bit. It's still a little hazy, maybe a little bit of chill haze in there. I don't know. Pretty pale. It looks more orange on camera. It's actually pretty pale straw color. And he says also Martock, the Klingon general. No, this is Ski Martock here in Nova Scotia, which is I think the only ski resort in Nova Scotia. I've never been there because I don't ski, but it is a tourist destination in Nova Scotia, that's for sure. All right, looks okay. Looks like a lighter IPA, definitely. Still, calling this a session IPA at 5.3%, I think they're pushing it a little bit, but we'll see. Smell it. And they're saying this is a West Coast IPA, so like they're using West Coast-ish ingredients. So I'm expecting like grapefruit. I'm expecting like dankness, pine, maybe caramel maltiness. But yeah, I'm not really getting that in the nose. There's some grapefruit deep down there, but it's almost kind of a grassy sweetness, and like some of that wheat is definitely coming out. Like the mustiness of the wheat is coming out in the actual aroma. It's just kind of, it's okay. It's just kind of eh. So we'll go to the taste. Cheers. We'll see. Hopefully the taste will make up for the lackluster presentation so far. Mm. It is light, okay. So I can see why they're getting away of calling this a session IPA, or why they feel like they can get away with it anyway. Um, it is very light bodied. It does have that breezy kind of like, you're kind of drinking water session IPA feel to it. Um, the hops are barely there. That's the thing. The hops are not that impressive. I'm getting like very muted grapefruit. Very muted grapefruit. A little bit of that mustiness from the wheat. Why did they put wheat in this? What in the fuck were they thinking? Why did they need wheat and Irish moss in this to do this shit? This, how do you fuck this up? I, good lord. Okay. It's one of the most weak sauce session IPAs I've ever had, which is weird considering it's probably got more alcohol than most session IPAs I've ever had. But it's pretty light. It's they could have got away with calling this like, I don't know, India Pale Lager. They could have lied and said it was a lager, and I would have believed them. Um, there's not a lot going on. Just the ghost of grapefruit, a little bit of weedy mustiness in the actual body and taste. Not getting much of anything else, just kind of a light grassy malt kind of character. West Coast, no. So, yeah, I'm not going to grade it as a West Coast anything because it really not. Really not. Uh, when I think West Coast IPA, I think something that has to at least approach the word dank to some degree. And this ain't it, bro. This ain't doing it. It's a watered down. It's a watered down session IPA that is somehow 5.3%. That's what it is. So style wise, I've had better session IPAs. It's not exactly a style I'm all that keen on anyway, but um, I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. It's not terrible or anything. It it's not off putting. It's just kind of really disappointing, honestly, more than anything else. And CB Fall saying that's an awful review. Yeah, it's not doing it, man. It's not doing it, Bert. Um, my personal preference, I'll go 6.5. I can drink this again. I'll never buy it again. But I mean, if someone handed it to me, I'd have no problem drinking it. It's really not what it says on the can. That's the big thing with this one. It's just so not enough blood wine. We'll drink Cisco to the destruction of the Dominion. Barrels of blood wine. But yeah, there you go. This beer has no honor. There you go. That's a Star Trek joke too for the people who didn't know. Um, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I got nothing else to say about this one. It's just kind of disappointing. I'd skip it. All right, guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.